It could get a lot more expensive to heat your home this winter. I'm KIMT News News Jeremy Wall with what the feds are doing to make sure everyone stays warm.
And we are continuing with Winter Weather Awareness Week here in Minnesota. And coming up in just a few minutes, I'll be talking about indoor winter safety and to keep you and your family safe.
Med City leaders or state leaders make a stop in the Med City today. I'm KIMT News 3 Samantha Soto live with what this means for the future of Rochester.
Plus, more troubling numbers are being reported by the state involving traffic fatalities. The Rochester Police Department is trying to fix the issue.
KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 at 5.
Thanks for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 5. I'm Katie Lang. Winter-like weather is here with some snow flurries coming down throughout the day. Utility companies are predicting higher rates on your bills. Now, to help Americans stay warm through the winter, the White House is offering help. KIMT News 3's Jeremy Wall is live with more information on what the Biden administration is doing. Jeremy?
Katie, as you know, keeping your home warm isn't about comfort, it's also about survival. Because the pandemic has caused energy prices to rise, the feds are freeing up a huge amount of money for folks to keep up with high utility bills. $4.5 billion is being provided to the government's low-income home energy assistance program. That cash infusion comes from the nearly $2 trillion COVID relief package. I spoke with some people here in Rochester who have mixed thoughts on the government's plan.
I don't really think they should do it, but, you know, people got to live, and they got to work, and they got to have some money.
Earlier today, Governor Walz joined the U.S. Secretary of Energy, encouraging Minnesotans to sign up for the state's Energy Assistance Program this winter. Live in Rochester, Jeremy Wall, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Jeremy. According to the Labor Department, electricity and natural gas prices are 11% higher than last year. Another chilly day across the area as the winds were whipping yet once again. Let's check in now with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. And Aaron, what are you tracking for folks on this Thursday evening?
Hey there, Katie. Tracking some more of that cold and even maybe a couple more snow flurries, but a lot of that's going to be ending as we go into tonight, and we are going to be tracking some more clear skies. And also, we're talking about Winter Weather Awareness Week, and today's topic is indoor winter safety. And one of the some of the things that you got to think about, especially as we go into the winter months when we get the snow falling, but more so when we get that extreme cold and you're staying inside a lot more often. So let's take a look at our home. We got the car sitting out there as well. Some of the things that you want to think about, especially if you have some of those heat sources such as vents and everything, to just dust them off, remove some of that excess dust that's been building up over time. And also if you have a fireplace, that chimney, want to make sure that that gets swept out at least once or twice a year, just to get rid of some of that buildup of the soot inside the chimney to avoid any blockages that could relate to fires actually starting inside the home. And one of the big things is also carbon monoxide. It gets brought up every single year. It happens a lot more in the wintertime as we are cooped up inside. Make sure that your carbon monoxide detector is working, change the batteries, and just some of the things that you want to think about as we head into the winter season.
All right, thanks, Aaron. The Senate Capital Investment Committee is continuing its bonding tour across Minnesota, making stops in the Med City today. KIMT News 3 Samantha Soto took part in the tour to learn more about some projects that could see funding. She joins us live tonight. Sam?
Katie, state leaders gathered today here in Rochester looking at funding the state might apply to local projects, making stops at RCTC and here at Grand Park Arena. One of the projects touched on is the realignment of Highway 14 on intersection 42. Senator Carla Nelson says this is a deadly intersection and Olmsted County is willing to pay for the project up front, asking for MnDOT to put the project on its tenure to pay back for the state share. Building a new materials recycling facility was also touched on. Senator Nelson calling this a win-win.
It will provide less than solid waste to be buried in a landfill, and it also provides a revenue stream in that those materials that have been pulled out at the recovery center then are sold aftermarket and bring in revenue to the county.
Other energy-related projects were also touched on, including the heating and cooling of downtown government buildings, Mayo Civic Center, the lake, the library, and more. Live in Rochester, Samantha Soto, KIMT News 3.
All right, thanks, Sam. The committee wrapped up its tour today, making stops in Casson, Dodge Center, and Zumbrota. It'll continue the tour in January. Hospitals in Minnesota are overflowing with COVID-19 patients as cases continue to rise. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting nearly 5,000 new COVID-19 cases and 32 more deaths. The state's positivity rate now sits at 10.7%. Minnesota is still the worst in the nation when it comes to 7-day case rates per 100,000 people. Traffic-related deaths on Minnesota roadways continue to climb. A troubling 445 traffic-related deaths have taken place on roads across the state so far this year. Now, in an effort to keep roads safer, the Rochester Police Department is adding some extra traffic enforcement. They're going to add some extra shifts, grant-funded through the Minnesota Toward Zero Deaths campaign. The extra shifts will be concentrated on the weekends, Thursday through Sunday. Well, they're not necessarily Christmas lights, but they are popping up around Mason City. We're going to tell you why those blue lights are there at the Mason City Police Headquarters. Plus, the jury continues to deliberate Kyle Rittenhouse's fate after the defense team requested another mistrial, what the defense team is accusing prosecutors of. And later on in the newscast, a defendant is called to the stand. Travis McMichael's recollection of the day Ahmed Arbery was shot and killed.
KIMT News 3 at 5. Your local news with KIMT News 3's Amy Fleming. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. This is KIMT News 3. More local news that is happening right now. We are coverage you can count on.